Apparently.
I'm gonna do a strike right now and strike. Let's get my stuff up. I'm just getting a bit of interference from your
There's a chest over here,
background
guys.
noise. Their young list.
Yeah, it's a gold one.
Where?
By me, My Little Stony Pony.
Alright.
I'm gonna move away because I'll get killed if I stay there.
Let me get these guys out the way real quick.
Problem of having 7 people in party chat all at once.
Well, we can switch to gamer chat because we're in the game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Could you do that?
Hey, where's that test at?
Well, we just finished.
It's over here, guys.
Yeah, I just started a strike myself, so
We need to hunt this
in the
thing
middle of
down
something.
before they fully restore its soul.
Ooh, Jade Rabbit insignia. Great.
Hey guys, where's Zer?
Alright, let's switch over to game chat.
Zer, when you first
As soon
get
as
in,
you get off the... Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Zer, yeah, he's in the ship area. Once you get in there, just turn right, and then he'll be right over there.
It won't take
What's going on there,
Restore
Herskgood?
our country's soul. We'd better head for the caves.
Oh, look at that.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. This is well, Celiot, or are you coming in first good? Or am I coming in first good? Getting the mic started. Is that what he's doing?
Okay, I had my mic muted.
Oh, okay. No problem. What's going on tonight, brother?
Oh, not much. I got an exotic Benny.
Yeah, I just did that one myself, so I really don't want to do it again. It's kind of hard, so I mean, if you'll notice that my clan name is the Cult of Fogoth, the reason why is because I have done that strike so many times. The first time I went for my Thorn, I did that strike about 3 times and quit before I got it on my 4th time. So it was like we visited the summoning pits so often that me and my buddies felt like we knew Fogoth personally, and as well as Zyor the Unwed. So that's how we eventually came up with the name the Cult of Fogoth for our clan. You even got a voice for Fogoth. Fogoth the Untamed will feast on your entrails.
Oh my god.
Question. Do you guys know how to farm spin metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of good spots for that.
Well, if you have a second, if you can come to Earth and show me, I need to get 8. You know, I know every other spot. I just never knew where spin metal was.
Do you remember that old loot cave that they patched out really early on?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's in that area. That's one of the best spots to farm spin metal. If you run around the outside edges of the map there, of that area, without actually leaving it, you should be able to find spin metal pretty easily.
Alright, that's cool. I know what you're talking about.
Alright guys, let me get out of here. I'm gonna see what my other friends are doing. But if you guys want to do a Raider fun, I'll be more than down to it. I'll be up till like 12 tonight.
Alright, sounds
I'm
awesome.
available for raid or something right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm
Yeah,
down.
I'm available for anything. So I got homecoming tomorrow. Got my suit ready. Relic.
Your suit. You must be, are you in high school?
Yeah, I'm a junior.
Yeah, you're the
Savor those days while you can, man.
You're so young.
Yeah, I remember those days. Damn.
Now, save the days of your save the days of your senior year in high school. Junior hits you with like a shovel.
Nah, it's like my teachers. We have like secret privileges with teachers. We go out like the back doors, even though we don't have our lunch card, and they let us come back in through the back doors without telling anyone.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I won't tell anybody.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Younglist, you want to go
I
for
can't touch
Innuendo
that.
City, don't you?
If we fall in
And that's why I can't go for that.
That's right, baby. That's right. Say it. That's right.
No, he doesn't want to. Don't force him into it.
That's right. Don't bring out. My fault. I might be talking about something different. I was thinking Hall I really showed my age on that one.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. But yeah, savor all the days in high school that you can.
You better.
Yeah,
That shit
I
goes
just didn't
fast.
savor my freshman year. Freshman year sucked because you're at the bottom of the food chain.
Damn.
Oh, you're what?
Ooh, strange coin in the mud light.
Did he buy a cane?
No, freaking, I was at the bottom of the food chain freshman year, so I didn't do anything freshman year.
Oh man, don't let that be. Freshman
Oh,
year.
dude, we do it all the time, and I understand why people say it so much.
I didn't have that problem, but I was also 6 foot, 230 pounds, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little 5 foot, 150 pound guy, so.
Oh shit.
And I go to a trade school, so, and I go for computers, so yeah, you know.
We'll need to get through.
Man, I
Check
used
it
to
out.
run my mouth.
And I still do. I don't give. I don't
Sometimes
care,
it's
man.
hard to
I'll keep
admit.
my-
I mean, we had those times, like, I was a really obnoxious kid in high school. Of course, I also had a really
Yeah, I
hard
was.
time, too.
It's lockdown time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
I'll
had,
keep-
I had a day or two with the women. I had a, yeah, buddy.
No,
high
that was not my time. My time with women came later, so.
Jackie
Alright, well, I'm getting out of
Stewart.
here, guys.
Nightmare.
I'll talk to you guys later. Let
Oh,
me
my
know when
fault.
you guys do raid.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Giggity, yeah.
Jackie Stewart. Bam. Guys, you just don't know how much I love that girl. Oh my goodness.
Man, is this gonna be one of those times and you're gonna go back and talk about the past like that? It's like, man, if only I made that touchdown, my life would be completely different.
And buddy, you just don't know. That was the dream girl, buddy. Can't Buy Me Love didn't come fast enough.
Well, you know, when I got older, I went out with the girl that everybody thought was the dream girl, and she was like a really life-ruining mean girl, so...
Damn. That sucked.
That reminds me of something that somebody said in the game Fuse, even though nobody played that game. One of the guys on the team, he played with, what is it? Okay, so, one of the team members, he's like the leader of the team when they go out, when they head on out. He's like he's not like the guy at the top, but when they actually do a mission on the ground, he leads on the ground. So, he dated one of the bad guys, like, some really hot girl. So they're having a conversation with that. And somebody else on the team is like, how could you go out with that psycho? He's like, well, she was hot. Is that the only reason why you went out with her? Why else would I go out with a psycho?
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I have to admit that. I've done that a couple times, too. It's like, yeah, I knew she was crazy. I only went out with her because she was hot and great in the sack.
Well, listen, word of advice for you young guys. You get a little older, do not date a younger woman. Trust me.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. And I know why. I mean, heck, man, like, oh, yeah, they talk about how women mature faster than guys, but I personally think it happens. Yeah, I think it happens at the same rate. I've dated enough women who feel like little girls and middle-aged women's bodies.
Yeah, that's what I think they're thinking about. Mature faster is that. It's the body, but hell no.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. When people get into their 30s, they stop caring about that rumor crap. It's like, oh man, when people bring that up to me, it's like I don't even care. Somebody said something about me. Whatever.
Fine.
I don't care.
I tell them, tell me something I don't know. That's what I say. Tell me something I don't know.
Oh man, this happened when at my college. I still get hit on by girls all the time, and some of those girls are just like super mean, man. The first thing they want to talk about is their exes that they hate or some girl that's trying to ruin their life, and it's like, I don't even care about that crap. I'm not interested in you anymore.
Yeah.
I remember those girls in high school, they didn't want anything to do with me, and they just want to, oh my god, it's you, get away from me. Now it's like, oh, they want to find that special man so they can ruin his life forever, eh? No thank you.
My friend, one of my female friends said, oh yeah, cool. One of my female friends said that young girls care about bubble gum and soda. Real women care about the world. So when you're talking with a girl that wants to talk about bubble gum and shit, drop her quick, fast, and in a hurry.
They're restoring the Archon priest. We better move.
Sadly, North American culture really pushes women to care about pop culture. A bit too much, I think.
Take their pikes?
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, buddy, I'm with you. My ex-girlfriend right now, listen, I'm gonna just a quick story. Not even a story, just
don't
a
go on.
Don't, about her.
Be careful about that, man. Don't become that bitter about his ex, man, right? You know that guy.
Oh, no. It's, yeah, listen, man. No. This just, what bothers me is she has a little girl. So, okay, so we were engaged, and she decided she couldn't keep her legs closed, so she cheated. She got pregnant. Now she has her bachelor's degree in English. She had 2 jobs where she was a teacher. You know what she does now? She's a stripper.
Oh, that's a sad story, man. I think we all got a story like that.
Yeah, and she has a daughter. What kind of shit is that?
It's a sad... Well, you know, when you're able to let it go, you're going to look back at that and think it's really sad rather than just hating that person. Because, I mean...
Yeah, I don't hate her. I feel... I don't like the fact that there's a child involved.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, like...
To come here. You see what I'm saying? The child didn't say, hey.
Sometimes strippers make a lot of money.
Yeah, they do, but it's the long-term effect.
Yeah. I mean...
You're looking at someone that was a teacher that drops, and now you're stripping? That's a big drop, buddy.
Sure.
Well, that's
You know, I
think that's also an unfortunate state of the United States economy right now, too. The way things work there. I mean, teachers don't get treated too well in general in the United States, and, you know, stuff is always being cut back.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man. I just don't like the fact about the little girl that's involved.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But that's the compassionate side of me coming out, because I don't think that's cool. But, you know, she's an adult. You do what your heart tells you to do.
Yeah, like, there was an ex I had a long time ago, and it's like, you know, back in my 20s, and there was all sorts of silly stuff being cheated on, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, once she had kids and she started coming back, I was just like, you know, I'm an ex-boyfriend of yours. I'm no longer a priority to you. You got to do what's best for your kid, which means forget about me. You know, ironically, you know, once a woman gets a kid, after she's seen me, the thing that would impress me most would be if, you know, they would to forget about me and just see the father. I mean, that would... So, strangely, the thing that would attract me most, the most attractive quality would be the thing that, you know, puts them out of my life. So, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no. That's why video games have been, for me, has been an outlet. But enough about the life stories. Fun times.
Yeah. Well, when you're talking to high school kids, they gotta learn their own lessons the hard way anyways, so...
Yeah, baby.
I did too. I mean, I never took advice anyways. I mean, if I had to go back in time and give myself advice, I'd probably, like, wouldn't follow any of it and had to screw up my life on myself, so... On my own, so...
Well, see, I'm a senior in high school, so I know most of it, but it's just...
Yeah? See.
Yes.
Listen, I ain't talking puppy love, buddy.
Oh man, I remember thinking that when I was in my 20s. Yeah, I love you. It's real love. No, it's not. No.
I'm talking about when they break your heart. You can't eat. You can't sleep. You don't want to go. I'm talking that type of love, buddy.
Oh.
Come talk to me when you have it. I promise you, it doesn't feel good. Hear me.
Oh man, I remember being there, and I remember I was almost tempted to start taking time off of work. But I was just like, oh man, I can't take time off of work. I gotta continue having a real life here, and I gotta...
See?
Yeah, I gotta continue moving on, and... You know... I was talking about that one ex a really long time ago, for just so long. I was the bitter about his ex-man, and... Oh man, I could only imagine how hard it was for my friends to hang around me, just like, oh, bring up my ex again! I got a friend like that right now who's divorced from his ex-wife, and... You know, I gotta tell you, you know, it's because he's got a substance abuse problem, right? He's addicted to marijuana, and he's an alcoholic, and you know, he plays way too many video games. So you know, and that's why he got divorced. And you know, the thing that I've always said, like his brother is my best friend. The thing that I've always said is that I'm on his side, and me being on his side is not about picking one side or the other. Me being on his side is wanting to see him kick that addiction and be there for his son and work positively with his ex-wife, because as far as ex-wives go, he's been pretty fortunate to get a really good one that didn't take him to the cleaners and who lets him spend almost as much time with his son as he wants. So
you see, man, that's tragic, man. Man.
Well, you know what? The fortunate thing is that I do see something salvageable there, because I know his brother wants to give up real quick because his brother doesn't like to get into confrontations. I'm not like that. I don't,
Right.
you know, you know, I don't mind getting into confrontation, fighting for what's right. So, you know, I can look at this, his brother wants to give up a bit too easy, and you know, when you've got a person who's essentially an alcoholic, the alcoholic personality is less about the alcohol and more about being an addict. So the thing that I've had to say over and over again is that, you know, when he stops drinking, he's still an alcoholic. And his brother had a hard time wrapping his mind around that because his brother, the brother who doesn't have the substance abuse problem, said, hey, let's hang out. We're going to have a good time. And he said, you know, if you're with me right now, if you're going to hang out with me, we're not going to drink and we're not going to get high and we're not going to party. It was like, okay. And even though his brother, even though the alcoholic wasn't, you know, hell-bent on drinking, he's still depressed about a whole bunch of other stuff. And that is where the alcoholic personality comes out. It's
I
not
tell people depression is no joke, man. I
Yep.
mean, for me, in 2008, I attempted suicide 3 times because of a girl.
you might want to hold off on that because we're kind of recording at the moment.
Oh shit. Well, fuck it. That was 6 years ago, but you know. Anyway, long story short, yeah, it's no joke, buddy. It's no joke.
Yeah, times get tough. I understand. Especially when you're in the military,
man. I didn't even believe in depression. I was like, oh man, depression. Oh man, that's nothing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stereotypes around mental health. Unfortunately, they still persist.
Oh yeah, I don't even think about it, man. But yeah, I feel you. I know.
Yeah, when I hear people talk about that, like you know, the good old tradition of kids now saying something on Facebook, and other people saying, you know, it's just a cry for attention, or you know, just ignore them, and I'm like, or whatever, and I'm like, look, just if you think somebody is saying something to do with suicide on Facebook, just call the authorities. Let them handle it. If that person is really faking it, they'll figure it out. If that person is just crying for attention, that's a different mental health issue. The professionals will figure that out. If that person is really depressed, the professionals will figure it out. So just let the professionals handle it. Don't try and figure it out yourself. Because, you know, unless you... I mean, people with mental health issues are going to do illogical things to try and get themselves out of it that don't make a lot of sense to people who don't understand it.
Man, who you telling? Like I said, I was very ignorant to it. You know, and I took it as like I said, when I was working on my bachelor's, I was like, oh man, you know, that'll never happen. That's somebody with a weak mind. You know, that'll never happen to me. Yeah, okay.
Well, one of the primary things that goes along with depression is confusion. I mean, it's not like, and when I say confusion, it's not the same kind of confusion somebody might have from a brain injury or from waking up from, say, being unconscious. You know, not that kind of confusion, but they're definitely living in a confused state.
Oh yeah.
So when people say, you know, they're doing something that doesn't make sense to me, and I'm like, yeah, they are going to do things that don't make sense.
That's what I wish I would have went to school for, man. I wanted to go to school for abnormal psychology, but of course somebody deterred me from that. Well, no, I let myself. Let me say that. I'm not gonna blame nobody. I let myself.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough sometimes.
Choose the wrong path, the dark side. No.
Oh no, we're making Star Wars references now?
Yeah, I told you, Star Wars, baby. You can't go wrong with it. The wars.
The problem I have with Star Wars is that it's become like, I don't know, I just see way too much of it on the websites that I go to, the humor websites. And it's almost become...
Oh, well,
it's become way too popular. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, well, hell, you remember when you were a kid, you remember those movies too. And how popular they were back then, and they only got more popular.
They got more popular.
Oh, man. Like, Yeah, it became a cash cow for George Lucas. Here's the thing with George Lucas, though. George Lucas was against the whole big business sort of deal. He wanted to do his own thing and go against the grain. And he made artistic movies. Like, he didn't just make Star Wars. He also made this awesome movie called American Graffiti. But, you know, I bring up to a bunch of Star Wars fans, and while they know about the movie, it's always like a side note. It's like, oh yeah, there's that movie. But, like, no, he made an awesome movie. It might not be another sci-fi movie, but it's another good movie. And, you know, he kept going with that artistic stuff, like with Industrial Light and Magic. That was supposed to be pushing movies forward. Unlike what computer graphics have turned into today, which are almost like, you know, a cheap, abusive way to do special effects for a movie now. And when he started up LucasArts, you know, he saw video games as being an artistic outlet. But of course, when the money got involved, he started forgetting about all that stuff, and Star Wars just became a cash cow. You know, that's how I see Star Wars now. I mean, I think the first 3 movies are the best.
Of course.
I mean, like, the thing about those movies is that he also did them when he was young and had something to prove. When he did the other 3 Star Wars movies, it was just like, well, time to make some more Star Wars movies because, you know, make a lot of money.
Let me go ahead and do this.
Yeah, and the thing is that George Lucas was really losing his ability to do directing, and he actually figured that out pretty early on, because that's why he let other people direct The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And, you know, he still had heavy involvement in those because they were still his. He still had some artistic direction input, but you know, you need other people in there to sort of edit the thing out and say, well, this is why we're doing this, George. You know, I'm a screenwriter. I know a little bit more about this. And like, oh yeah, you're a pro. We'll let you modify my story so it makes sense, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, he's way past his prime.
Are you going to run a raid tonight or not? Or do you know?
I don't know yet. I want to see what the other guys are up to. So I know Styx is. Wee Moon's probably going to do that. We got some other guys.